Hey guys, welcome back to Journey with Rebecca. My name is Rebecca and today we're talking all about mint. I was talking to a customer at work the other day about mint and about how she said she has mint growing in her garden but she never really uses it, and I was like, you know what? Same. I have mint growing in my garden that I never really use. I do use it for the purpose of drying it and putting it in teas, which I have some here from last season. But other than that, I don't really use it for anything. And I thought, why is this? If I grow it, I should be using it. So I found this recipe for mint chocolate chip cookies that doesn't have the actual mint plant in the cookies. You just infuse the butter with it, and I liked the idea of that. I didn't like the idea of having actual mint leaves in my cookies. So I'm going to make that recipe today. I have all the leaves that I need for that here. I have extra leaves that I picked because I thought I might as well make a peppermint sugar scrub because I love those, and I'm out of it. I made one a couple years back when I did my 25 days of Christmas. And all I did was put the essential oil in of the peppermint. I didn't put the actual peppermint leaf in it. And I thought, why not take some of the leaves and just add that as well. So I'll be making that as well. So I did bring these leaves in that I just picked, and I washed them up and I dried them really good. They do still have like some stems on them, but that's fine because ultimately I'm going to be straining this mint out of the butter that I'm infusing it with. So I'm just doing a rough chop. They don't need to be chopped very fine, and honestly I don't think you would want to be, because you want to make sure that you're not getting any of the leaves stuck in the butter. You're going to strain it all out. So, but by chopping it, you are releasing all of the oils that are in the peppermint. It smells very, very good in here. So I'm going to take these leaves. This is half a cup of like tightly packed leaves, and I'm going to infuse them in the butter for the mint chocolate chip cookies. You're going to take half a cup, which is 1 stick of unsalted butter, put it on a low heat and slowly melt it. You don't want to burn it or brown the butter at all. And then once it's completely melted, you're going to add the mint leaves that you've chopped on a very, very low heat. You're going to let that cook down for about 2 to 3 minutes. You'll smell it. You'll be able to smell the peppermint oils infusing with the butter, and then turn the heat off, remove it from the heat, and let that sit and infuse for half an hour. While the butter and mint leaves are infusing, I'm going to go ahead and start the peppermint sugar scrub because it's really easy to make. It comes together super quickly. So I took a smidge less than half a cup of organic coconut oil, put it into a bowl, and I microwaved it just so it's melted. So like I said, I've made this before and I made it without adding any actual peppermint leaves to it, but this time, since I am trying to actually use the leaves, I'm just going to add some to it. I am going to chop them very finely though, because I am going to be using this while I'm in the shower, and I gotta be honest, it's probably not the best idea for me to be washing peppermint leaves down my shower. But hey, I'm gonna do it anyways. I feel like it'll just add to the like nice peppermint feeling that you're gonna get when you use the sugar scrub. So I like to use sugar scrubs a lot just because, especially on my feet, because I'm on my feet sometimes up to 10 hours a day, and it's just nice to be able to come home, have a nice shower, do a little bit of self-care that's really simple and easy to do and just feels really good. So typically when I'm using herbs like this, I would be drying them. Normally, like if I'm making a salve or if I'm infusing some sort of oil, I would want to dry them because I wouldn't want to introduce any like the possibility of any mold being entered into the situation. But I think for this case here, it's going to be fine. I'm putting it into an oil, and with the sugar, it's going to get all mixed up. And I don't plan, this isn't something that's like going to be shelf stable per se, that I'm going to be, you know, just having stick around forever. I envision that I'm going to use this up pretty quickly. So I only had like 5 or 6 leaves that I just cut up and put into the oil that I've melted. And next I'm just going to add 1 cup of sugar. You can really change the amount of sugar or oil that you use depending upon how you want the consistency to be. And when I get this all mixed up, if I don't like the consistency of it, I can go ahead and either add more oil or add more sugar, depending upon how it turns out. But this looks like it's going to turn into a really good consistency. And then I am just going to add a couple of drops of peppermint oil into the mixture as well. You could add other things too, like eucalyptus, whatever you want really. You can get it as creative as you want with it and really sort of mix things up. I probably added like 5 or 6 drops because I do have the actual leaves right in there. It looks and smells amazing, and I'm really looking forward to having a sugar scrub in the shower again, because it's just a nice little pick-me-up, especially with the peppermint. So I'm just going to throw this into a jar, and then it's ready to go. It's just really that simple, and you can make all sorts of sugar scrubs with different oils and essential oils, and it's really easy. So like I said, it smells amazing and it feels so good and luxurious on your skin. So it's just another way for me to be able to use the peppermint leaves that I'm growing instead of just having them sit out in my garden. After the mint and butter has sat for half an hour, you want to strain out the mint leaves. Make sure that you're pressing down on them with the back of a spatula into a strainer, just so you're getting as much of the butter as you can. And then you're going to add half a cup of firmly packed brown sugar. Recipe called for dark. I only have light, so that's what I used. Half a cup of granulated sugar. Add that in with the butter. Get that all mixed in together. Then you're doing a teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 egg at room temperature. Mix that all together again, and then you're doing 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of sea salt, and half a cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips. I had mini on hand, so that's what I used. One of the things that I liked about this recipe is that it only makes 12 cookies. So if you're not really looking to have a lot of sweets around the house, which is a problem that I have because I love to bake, but I'm also on this weight loss journey, so I don't like to have a lot of sweets in the house. This is nice because it only makes 12 cookies, and if you want, you can go ahead and throw them right in the freezer, which is what I do with a lot of the baked goods that I make. Once the dough is combined and it has all come together, you want to throw it in the fridge for an hour. Once it's been in the fridge for an hour, you can take it out and portion it out into 12 cookies, roll the dough into balls, put it into a 350-degree oven for 11 to 12 minutes, and then let them cool completely. These cookies turned out so incredibly good. Whenever I make chocolate chip cookies, they really never really look that great, and I was a little bit worried when I pulled them out of the oven because they didn't look that great, but these look amazing, and I really can't wait to try them. And on top of peppermint just tasting good, it has a ton of medicinal properties. It's a great digestive aid if you have like nausea or an upset stomach. It's used in mouthwashes and cleaning products, and you can use it for self-care. It's just a great all-around herb to have in your garden. So, okay, enough talking. I'm gonna try the cookie and see how it is. I took 2 bites because it was really good. There's a very light hint of peppermint. It's not a punch you in the face, oh my God, this tastes like toothpaste. It's just a little hint of peppermint, and it's really good. If you've ever had anything that has like artificial peppermint in it, it pales in comparison to putting actual real peppermint or the essence of peppermint with the infused butter into it. It's really good. And I think a lot of people, either you really hate peppermint or you love it. I'm the type of person who can get down with a mint chocolate chip ice cream, but it will never be my first choice. But these are really good. Just the slightest hint of mint, and just chewy and yummy and delicious. So I hope you try those cookies for yourself. So I got the cookies. I got myself a nice sugar scrub that I can use in the shower after a very long day when honestly I come home and I do not smell good. This will help with that. And I have mint that I dried. Again, this is last season's, but I did go out and pick almost all of the rest of the mint that I have in the garden. It was starting to flower. I went and picked all of the stalks and I threw it in the dehydrator so I can have more of it dehydrated so it doesn't go to waste. And just another word of advice, I guess, if you have herbs in your garden, pick them before they go to seed or start flowering, and pick them before they start to get any sort of bug damage, wilting, browning at the bottoms of the leaves, just because you want to be able to get the most out of them. So keep an eye on the herbs in your garden and just, you know, pick them when they're like at their prime. So that is that. I'm so glad that I took the time today to use the mint in my garden because it's been in the back of my mind ever since I had that conversation with that woman at work about how she has her mint and never uses it. And then I felt bad because I do too. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you try the recipe for yourself. I will put it down in the description for you, as well as some of the favorite products that I like to use in the kitchen. Feel free to go ahead and check those out too. As always, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend time with me. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and I will see you soon. It's like crispy, crunchy, chewy. It's really good. P.S. I did not like the consistency of the sugar scrub after it sat for a little bit. It was a little bit too liquidy for me, so I went ahead and added about a quarter cup more sugar to it. Just experiment with things if you've never done anything like this before. It's fun to just have fun in the kitchen, do things you've never done before, make things your own. Maybe not always follow a recipe, which I'm notorious for not doing, and just making things to your liking so that you actually enjoy using them. Okay, bye.